Hey everyone, welcome to another Isocalm daily tip for helping you to improve your health and well-being and helping you to find calm in this time of isolation and uncertainty at the moment. So today's tip is a really important one, and it is don't panic. I think after getting the positive for coronavirus, I want to share something with you because I received a lot of messages from friends and family and, people from all over that I had previously been connected with. And a lot of the things that I was hearing from these people in their messages was, you must be terrified, really scary, you must be really frightened, how frightening, how terrible. All of these words may seem, just like words, but I want to share with you that I felt none of these things. And I really didn't at any point. I felt none of those things. And in reality, I feel that a lot of these messages from people is how they were feeling. And I don't say that to be mean or to say anything in a negative way towards these people, but I want to share how important it is to understand how much of our thoughts actually drive our experience. And so what I was actually thinking was, it's not ideal to be sick. But this is a perfect opportunity for me to practice self-care, and then I can continue to make my Isocalm videos and show people that we can still feel calm when we've got coronavirus. We can still take care of ourselves so that we are able to handle being sick in the best possible way. At no point did I feel terrified or scared, and at no point did I really focus on the fact that what I may or may not experience. And the reason for this is because if I was to end up in hospital, what good would that thinking have done me in the first place? If I didn't end up in hospital, what good would that thinking have done in the first place? None. And at the end of the day, I couldn't control the fact that I was sick and that I was going to experience whatever symptoms I was going to experience. It's so important to remember what we're choosing to think about and to realize that we are getting the worst of the worst presented to us. We are seeing all the worst case scenarios, hospitals, ICUs. In our mind, we are thinking this is what happens if we get sick. We're not seeing all of the people who are just getting it and recovering from it. We're not seeing those people who got sick, didn't bother getting tested, and have moved on with their life, and they were ill, but they just dealt with it, moved on. We're not seeing all of that. We don't ever see all of that. And, there's so many things in the world that take lives. And I'm not saying that coronavirus isn't a really serious thing, but if we give any amount of attention that we've given to coronavirus to anything else, we would reacting in the same way if we allowed ourselves to. We would start zoning in on the amount of deaths of other things, that are happening in the world. So it is really, really important to remember where you are putting your energy at the moment. Who are you putting yourself around? What information are you taking in? Where are you allowing your thoughts to go? Because this is so important for driving how we actually feel and what experience that we're actually having. We need to remember what is important here, and it is what we can control. We can control what we consume, what information we consume. We can control who we spend time with, who we speak to. We can control what sort of foods we're eating. We can control how much rest we give ourselves. We can control how much loving and kindness that we give out to people. We can control slowing down. We can control these things, and I have this quote that hangs in my house, and I'm going to read it because this applies right now. It applies all the time, but right now I want to share it with you. And it says, "Do not try to fix what comes into your life. Fix yourself so that whatever comes, you'll be fine." And I don't really like the word fix, so I would prefer that it said, look after yourself so that whatever comes, you'll be fine. And it is so true. If we can focus on self-care in this time, where we're choosing to put our energy, our attention, our thoughts, this is going to help how we feel. So that if we do get sick, we're going to be okay. We're not focusing on all the worst case possible scenarios of what may or may not happen. Most of the time, that's just driving our stress. We're basically shutting down our immune system when we're putting ourselves in the fight and flight response, and we're making ourselves more likely to get sick. So it's so important that we remember this. And this is why I'm doing these videos, is to show you that we can still feel really calm when we get sick, even if we get coronavirus. We cannot control if we end up in hospital, but we could always end up in hospital. We can't control that, and there's no point putting our energy and thoughts into that, because that is what drives a lot of our anxiety, our stress, our negative thinking, and we can get consumed by it. So please take from this that our thoughts are so important. They are so important. What we choose to focus on is so important. And I went through that process and I feel so calm. I feel absolutely fine. I've recovered. I've been cleared. And I really want you to know, don't be afraid of getting sick. Please don't be afraid of getting sick, and change what you focus on. Think about all the things that we are not being shown. I actually saw an amazing statistic the other day that said March was the first month in 18 years where the US didn't have a school shooting because of the coronavirus pandemic. How amazing is that? Lives saved. Lives saved as a result. It really does depend on where you're putting your energy, your thoughts, and please think about that. So my tip today is, please don't panic, and remember what it is that you can actually control. Self-care, so that whatever comes, you'll be fine. I hope you'll take that on board, and please don't take anything that I've said personally, or that I don't take coronavirus seriously. I understand that people are dying, and I understand this, but I want you to realize how important it is to take care of yourself in this time. There's no point thinking of all the worst case scenarios when they may or may not happen. It's really important to think about how much that is affecting you and your health right now. If you're enjoying my Isocalm daily tips, please encourage you to share them, engage with it, because the more you do that, the more people will see it. And this is just really about reaching as many people as possible at the moment who might need a little bit of a boost, a little bit of help. All right, guys, I hope you're looking after yourselves, and have a lovely day.